If you have PCOS and are trying to lose weight, then you've come to the right place. The research shows that if you're overweight, even a modest amount of weight loss, around 5%, can improve your hormone profile and increase your chances of ovulating and becoming pregnant. So, what's the best way of doing that? Well, today I'm going to give you my top 4 tips for losing weight with PCOS. Stay tuned. Hi, I'm Melanie McGrice and I'm a fertility and prenatal dietitian. What we eat can have a huge impact not only on your fertility, but once you conceive, on both the short and long-term health of your baby. When embarking on a weight loss journey, you don't want to compromise your nutritional status in the process, and that's where I come in. If you've been trying to fall pregnant with PCOS, you'll know that it's not easy. PCOS is the most common cause of anovulatory infertility, but luckily research does show that there are a few things that you can do to increase your chances of having a healthy pregnancy. One of these things is modest weight loss if you are overweight. So start with these 4 tips. Tip number 1, don't eat late at night. One of the defining features of PCOS is insulin resistance. Essentially, the body is not responding to or is less sensitive to the insulin that it's making. Now, when this happens, the body produces more insulin, and high insulin levels can make PCOS symptoms worse. Research is starting to show that when you eat may be as important as what you eat. In general, it seems that people who start eating earlier in the day and also end their eating earlier have better insulin sensitivity than those who eat late at night. This has a lot to do with our circadian alignment or our sleep-wake cycles. It seems that aligning our food intake with daylight hours can benefit our metabolism and glucose response. Tip number 2, eat foods that up your fullness factor. When you feel full, you're less likely to eat too much, and reducing calories is the key to losing weight. In general, a minimally processed or whole food eating plan will make weight loss easier because these foods are more filling. The 3 nutrients that help with this are fiber, fat, and protein. High fiber foods have a lower glycemic response, which means that they spike your blood sugar levels less, which means more sustained energy. And fat and protein help to keep you feeling fuller for longer by delaying gastric emptying, meaning that the food stays in your tummy for longer. By combining these nutrients in meals and snacks, you'll have a winning recipe that will definitely help you feeling full and satisfied for hours without having to eat all the time. This is a great way to reduce your calories and potentially lose some weight. Tip number 3. Watch your intake of ultra-processed foods. Almost all of the food we eat has gone through some form of processing. Processing in itself is not bad. The problem comes when we eat too many ultra-processed foods. Now, ultra-processed foods aren't foods that you'll see in nature. They're foods that are being made from substances extracted from foods, such as fats, starches, added sugars, and so on. Some examples of ultra-processed foods include soft drink or soda, salty snacks, and packaged cookies. The problem with ultra-processed foods is that they're usually energy dense but nutrient poor. Many are also a very concentrated source of refined carbohydrates, which will spike your blood sugar and insulin levels. To add to this, they're usually designed to be particularly tasty, so we're tempted to eat more, even if we feel satisfied. This is a recipe for weight gain and nutrient deficiencies. And finally, tip number 4, include adequate protein in your diet. Having worked with women with polycystic ovarian syndrome for years, I've met many women who are ticking the first 3 boxes and still struggle to lose weight. They find that the only way to drop a dress size is to starve themselves. The problem is that fad diets often don't meet nutrition requirements such as protein. Inadequate protein intake results in the body breaking down muscle mass to get the protein it needs to make new hormones and enzymes. And once muscle mass has been broken down, it's really hard to build it back up again. Your muscle mass has a really big impact on your metabolism. So the less muscle mass that you have, the harder it becomes to lose weight, and you'll soon find yourself in a vicious circle. Muscle mass also impacts on how effectively your insulin hormone works. So it's particularly important for women with PCOS. So the take-home message is to include some protein, such as fish, poultry, nuts, legumes, eggs, or dairy products at every meal and snack, and keep right away from rapid weight loss diets, unless you're being guided by a healthcare professional who has experience working with women with polycystic ovarian syndrome. Losing weight when you have PCOS is not always easy, but I hope that these 4 tips put you on the right path to losing weight the healthy way. And to help you even more, I've developed an amazing PCOS-friendly recipe ebook filled with delicious recipes specifically developed to help manage PCOS symptoms. Go to melaniemcgrice.com/shop to get your copy today. Alternatively, you can always book a consultation with one of my team of amazing dietitians. You'll find all of our details in the description box below. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Maybe even if it didn't satisfy. And there's a siren. It's more yellow than that one. That's white light and that's yellow light. I don't know if that was the case before.